The Dow has dropped 300 points to start a potentially volatile day. We're almost down 1%, 0.75%. So let's bring in CBS News contributor Javier David. He's also the business editor at the Dallas Morning News. So, Javier, my guess is that we're seeing this volatility as a reaction to the news that the Federal Reserve Chair is facing potential criminal indictment.
Yeah, look, it's war. Jerome Powell for years has kind of studiously avoided mixing it up with the president, who's known to be mercurial. He's unpredictable. He's prone to these bouts of bluster. You might recall that awkward visit Trump made to the Fed last year. He and Powell were in hard hats side by side. Even then, the Fed chairman sidestepped fighting with him in public, but the niceties appear to be finished. There's a legal threat. It's pretty breathtaking. It's unprecedented and sparked a very uncharacteristically blunt response from the Fed chairman, who believes that the Fed's independence is under attack. Investors don't like this. They don't like uncertainty, and they certainly don't like the appearance of political machinations, if you will, making its way into monetary and investor decisions. So we're seeing the dollar sink, and we're seeing stocks react in response.
This morning, I want to ask you about this. The CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand asked White House National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett about whether this could destabilize the markets, the indictment. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Are you worried that the probe undermines the independence of the central bank and could destabilize the markets?
I guess the question is, if you think the building costs $20 billion or $10 billion, do you think at some point that it's appropriate for the federal government to investigate? And seems like the Justice Department has decided that they want to see what's going on over there with this building that's, massively more expensive than any building in the history of Washington. And if I were Fed chair, I would want them to do that.
So what do you make of that response, Javier?
Well, look, oversight, congressional oversight, federal government oversight is one thing, but when the DOJ issues a subpoena and basically threatens that you may be prosecuted or go to jail, it's an entirely different thing. And this fight between the president and the central bank has always been about dissatisfaction with monetary policy and his inability to sort of bend the central bank to its will. And this fight just ups the ante. The Fed chair is really the only person in Washington that's been able to resist or at least carve out some independence from the White House. The president resents that. And we also have a Republican senator over the weekend come out and say that he sees this also as an attack on central bank independence. And the president, as a result, I don't think can bank on Congress just going along with him on this. But it really is a fight over central bank independence, central bank policy. Even if people are dissatisfied, they don't like the appearance that this is a politically driven motivation.
Yeah, and we're seeing that play out this morning in the stock market. Javier David, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thank you.